When you're at a spiritual plateau, you feel like you're stalled, you're not going anywhere spiritually, I've got some ideas that are going to help you to overcome that, to move past that plateau in your spiritual life. You know, I've been on the spiritual journey for over 30 years. Believe me, I know what a dry spell is. I know what it feels to be blocked. I know what it feels like to not want to sit still and meditate or to pray, where it doesn't, I'm wondering, what's going on, God? Where are you, God? What's happening? And I know how you can move through that plateau. And I'm going to share with you today some ways to do that. I mean, there are studies through philosophy and religion studies that show that advanced meditation techniques, retreats can help. And yes, those are super ways of doing that. And I like to teach that stuff as well. But let me give you ways that you can move through your plateau. First of all, recognize that there's nothing wrong with you. All right? There's nothing wrong with you for running into a spiritual plateau. Hey, we live in a world with all kinds of chaos going on. We live in a world with people who are very worldly minded. They're looking for love in all the wrong places. They're looking outside for their right soulmate. They're looking outside to get higher up in the pecking order. They're looking outside trying to get all this outer stuff that they think is going to make them whole. They think that's going to make them happy. And guess what? It does. It maybe boosts your pleasure for a little while, and then afterwards you're looking for something else. It doesn't work. So you live in that kind of a world. So don't get hard on yourself for feeling like you're stuck in your spiritual journey. Yeah, because, you know, we live in a world of energy, of vibration. That's quantum physicists tell us. That's what scientists tell us. And other people's vibes are going to rub off on you. They're going to affect you. So give yourself a break. Acknowledge, all right, I'm feeling a little stuck. My spirituality is a little dry, and that's okay. That's step number one. Step number two, make sure you're taking time to get still and quiet every day. You know, because you've got to plug into that power source inside of you. You've got to plug into that infinite mind of God, of spirit, of source, whatever you call that, so that you can recharge, just like a battery in a car. Recharge. You got to recharge that battery. You got to recharge your battery every day, every day. If you don't do it every day, guess what? You use it up, just like the car battery uses it up. You got to recharge yourself. That's the number one thing, I'm telling you, that will boost your spiritual growth, get you past that plateau, help you growing, is taking time to be still and quiet. Oh, but I'm not good at meditation, Justin. Oh, I don't know how to meditate, Justin. Come on. There's all kinds of meditation techniques. There's no shortage of meditation techniques. You know how to meditate. Watch one of mine. Watch somebody else's, I don't care, but practice it. Oh, but I don't know how to meditate. I'm not good at it. That's a bunch of bunk. You just need to practice. Nobody's good at anything when they just start. I mean, if you want to learn how to play the piano, which I don't, I took about a week of it, you don't just go in and start playing Mozart. You got to learn, you got to practice. They give you the scales. You start off with, chopsticks or whatever that is. You got to keep practicing. Same with meditation. Meditation's a skill. It's natural to want to get still and quiet, but we have gotten so conditioned to being out here in our senses, in the world, that we've got to actually relearn how to be still and quiet. That's right. So practice every day. I don't care if you start with a minute. Start with a minute. I started with 2 or 3 minutes over 30 years ago of meditation. And it's just grown and expanded over time. Why? Because when you do a little bit of it, you taste the fruits, and then you want to do more of it. Isn't that true? That's right. We could use modern science. Oh, you get an endorphin hit, and you feel good, you want to do more of it. Well, that's right. Plus, you get inner joy. There's your spiritual self you connect with. So take time. I don't care if it's just 2 minutes. Set yourself that goal. I'm going to do 2 minutes every day of getting still and quiet, and that will make you move through that plateau. Number 3, you can also remind yourself, why do I want to meditate? What is that going to do for me? Well, see, that's called devotion. Devotion has to do with, one thing it has to do with is the desire the desire to connect spiritually, the desire to know God. That's what real devotion is. And so you got to remind yourself, why do I want to meditate? Why do I want to grow spiritually? You got to remind yourself, because God is joy. The Hindus say God is Satchidananda, conscious eternal joy. You want to live in that joy every day. You want to find fulfillment. You want to live in love. You don't want to be a victim of life, do you? You don't want to be a victim of the ups and downs of life. You know, she loves you today. She doesn't love you tomorrow. He's nice to you today. He's not so nice tomorrow. And then you're on an emotional roller coaster. No. You want to learn to feel God's love inside of you. You want to feel God's love, Spirit's love within you. You want to find fulfillment inside yourself. You don't want to be dependent on people and external things, because the world's always changing. You want to be able to know, hey, no matter what happens, God is here within me, with me, and I'm going to be all right. I'm going to find a way, and as long as I can know my spiritual essence and be aware of God's presence, let it come. You know, hey, I can handle it. So remind yourself what it is. Why do you want to grow spiritually? Why do you want to move past your plateau? Remind yourself, the Creator is right here. The Creator is expressing in and through and as me, like the ocean's expressing as a wave. And I can know that Creator. You know, so that's step number 3. Step number 4 is read inspirational books. Listen to inspirational talks and watch inspirational videos. Learn about people who are dedicated to their spiritual growth. Read the autobiography of a yogi. Read the Bible. Read the Bhagavad Gita. Read some inspirational book. Read Super You. Watch videos that remind you of why it's important to grow spiritually. I say do it every day. Read some little bit of some spirituality every single day, even if it's a page. I know when I meditate, I frequently will read something every day, a little bit of some spirituality from someone that I admire and that inspires me, and it makes me want to get still. It makes me want to grow spiritually, to awaken to my spiritual self. See, so read something daily or watch something that inspires you to want to grow spiritually. All right, next, number 6. I think it's number 6. Number 6 is you can, to help you move through that plateau, make sure you are getting enough rest. Make sure you're taking care of yourself physically. I mean, if you're tired, you don't want to meditate. You don't want to grow spiritually. You're tired, right? I mean, you're going to be meditating and fall asleep. If you meditate or get still and you fall asleep, what does it tell you? It tells you you need rest. Forget the meditation, go take a nap. Take a 10, 20, 30-minute nap and get rested. Make sure you're drinking enough water during the day. Make sure you get exercise during the week. Make sure you are eating nutritional stuff, because you are a spiritual being living in a body. Your body is your temple. And if your body needs rest, you're not going to want to do any spiritual stuff, I'm telling you. You got to take care of yourself physically. It all goes hand in hand. That's why the yogi sages invented yoga postures thousands of years ago. Why did they invent yoga postures? Well, because they saw it as a financial opportunity to create a brand in the late 90s. No, that's not why they did it. No. They did it because it helps people to sit still and meditate. It helps you to be still. You got to have a healthy body to get still, to know God. So when you eat properly, when you exercise, when you get enough rest, do it for your spiritual growth, because that's what it will help you do. And it'll help you be better in every area of your life. So those are some things that you can do. And then lastly, be around spiritually minded people. Hang out with spiritually minded people. Hang out with people who are growing spiritually, who are seeking truth in their life, who aren't just interested in worldly stuff. You know, the yogi sage Yogananda used to say he could see into people's minds. Everything is all about money. Everybody's thinking about money, 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 money. Nothing wrong with money. It's great to have money. Money buys stuff. But guess what? That's not the purpose of life. Money ultimately ain't going to make you happy. Ultimately, you got to create your own happiness. You got to find your spiritual connection, the source of all good. And you are the one responsible for that. So be around people who are in that vibe. You want to be a great artist? Be around great artists. You want to be a great financial wizard? Be around people who are great with finance. You want to be a great athlete? Hang out with great athletes. You want to be a spiritual person and connect spiritually and become all that you could possibly be? Connect with spiritual people. Hang out in that vibration. And that will help you reconnect and get past that plateau to a new pinnacle of spiritual transcendence.